In this video, I'm going to share with you one of the easiest hacks that I created to instantly differentiate you from like 99.9. Hold on. But like, this is Purell, right? The Purell right here. Purell kills 99.99% of germs. This is going to help you differentiate yourself from 99.99% of all the other estheticians when you do networking events. So basically, you will be the Purell of aesthetics, something like that. So that's what we're going to cover. So let's get to it. If you don't know me, I'm not Spidey. Maybe I am. Shouldn't say that. Maybe don't ask no questions, hear no lies. I say. But my name is Wicky. Shut up. And if you are new to this group, Marketing Ideas for Every Esthetician and Bold Beauty Boss, triple B's, Bold Beauty Boss. We live in a world where the boring is almost a standard, right? And I have always strived to differentiate myself. So if you don't know what I do, my real company, my other business, is I'm a government contractor. I supply IT hardware, software, telecom, AV, security equipment to the government, Department of Defense, NASA, all of those agencies. And I used to have to do a lot of cold calling. And when I cold call people, uh, instantly, I only had seconds, literally seconds, to try to get their attention and show how I was different. And a lot of times, that's just how it is, whether we're doing that or we're at a networking event. So the first couple of seconds is when people ask, you introduce yourself. Hey, what's up? My name is Wick. Hey, how do you do? Hey, Sarah. Hey, how do you do? I'm fine. Good. How are you? Good. Right. So a lot of the times, the standard intro for people, how are you doing? Good. Oh, how are you doing? Good. Right. Do a test. How are you doing? Fine. You? Fine. Right. Like it's like people don't even look. Like next time you are in the line at the grocery store or any business, and the checker asks that person, the client, politely, hey, how are you doing? Good. And you? Good. Right. That is like 90 something percent of what people say. What I've done is I am a mad scientist when it comes to this game of marketing and sales. And my goal was always to separate myself from everybody else. How can I be different? How can I instantly set myself apart from everybody else and be known to be the fun, the engaging, the kind of different, the goofy, yet the mofo that gets the shiz done kind of guy. So what I did is I go, okay, Wick, everybody else when they go, hey, how are you? Good. How are you? Good. How are you? Fine. How are you? Fine. Right? That's what people say. So what I did one day is I sat down with pen and pad and I go, let me think of different ways to answer that question. When someone asks me, hey, how are you doing today? Right? Instead of me saying good and you, good, right? Instead of me starting that, because when you start on that road, it is just the constant thing that people are used to. People don't change. When you start with that, I see a lot of people end up staying there kind of deal. And I wanted to instantly people meet me and be like, "Bloop, brrr." I want them to feel a pulse. I want them to be like, ooh. I want them to feel like a shock, like, ooh, who is this handsome young man, right? I'm talking about me, right? And who, so bad, so bad. Whatever. But I instantly differentiate. And so what I did is I go, okay, when people ask me, Wick, how are you? Instantly from that starting point, I want to show them I am not your average cup of tea. I am not good. I am not fine like everybody else. I am freaking electrifying. So I got on Googly. This is what I do when I need help thinking of ideas. Get on Googly, different ways to answer, how are you doing? Funny, creative, right? And if some of y'all have spoken with me ever, you will hear my standard line. They're like, Wick, how are you doing? Hey, Wick. Hey, Wick. I'm like, hey, what's up? They're like, hey, how are you doing? Right? Because it just falls off the tongue so easily. How are you doing? Right? Instead of me saying good and you, good, right? Instead of me doing that, 99.9% I was like, you know what, Sarah, life is so good. I wish there were two of me. I would be doing twice as good. When I say that little line, people are like, ooh, okay, okay. Instantly, I see attitudes change. Or another one that wakes up. I'm on. I did this just recently with a government contractor. This dude I've never spoken with before. Again, these dudes get calls all the time from people like me trying to sell them ish. And the guy's like, hey, what's up? You know, hey, how are you doing? And his name was let's say it's Steve. I don't know what it was. But I go, Steve, let me tell you this. When I woke up this morning, I woke up, my name wasn't in the obituaries. My name, I didn't wake up in jail, and I didn't wake up in the hospital. You know what, Steve? Today's a good day. What about you, my man? How are you doing? Instantly, Steve's like, hey, you know what? I'm doing pretty good too. Instantly, instantly, I changed this person's mood by me doing something different than the status quo. So I challenge you, first of all, listen for it. When you are at the store, when you are in line, when someone asks somebody, hey, how are you doing? Fine. You? Fine. How are you doing? Good. You? Good. Instantly, I want you to think of me and be like, that mofo Wick. Oh, that Wick knows what he's talking about. He saw this coming. He told me to do this because when you're looking out for something, when you're looking to hear it, you will hear it more. And then you'll be like, oh my God, that is the world I live in. And that's what most people do. So if you do not want to be like most people, think of ways to instantly change somebody's mental attitude by just answering that question different. So I challenge you and use my favorite lines. Like again, my favorite is I have three defaults that I use. And one, if they go, Wick, how are you doing? Go, you know what? Life is so good. I wish there were two of me. I'd be doing twice as good. Woo! People are like, whoa! And that hospital one, I like that one too. Hey, how are you doing today? You know what, Bob? Let me tell you. I woke up today. I wasn't in the hospital. I wasn't in jail. And my name wasn't in the obituaries. Life is good, Bob. You know what? Too blessed to be stressed. What about you today, my fine feathered friend? That and my third one that I use right is they're like, wait, how you doing? Go, Jim, Sarah. You know what? I woke up today and I put on an old pair of pants I haven't put on in a while. I put my hand in my pocket and I found a $20 bill. Woo! It's a good day. You ever find something in your pocket that you haven't seen? They're like, yeah, me too. Boom, connection, 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 connection. Right? So strive to be different. Strive to have some fun. Come up with your own. Google it. Google creative ways to uh, say how are you doing, right? To answer that question, Google it and then write in the comments below. Think of one that can now be your default. Again, mine is life is so good. Life is so good. I wish there were two of me. I'd be doing twice as good, right? Boom. Take that one. Use it. I'm telling you, you will change lives. You will start off conversations better. People will look at you different, and for that point on, you'll be like, okay, right? So step one is one, listen for it. Let me know if you hear it when you're in line. Step two, what is your default that you're going to start using to change the way you operate? And that initial first impression that you'll start blowing people away. Besos from my spider heart to yours. Be amazing because amazing pays oh so well. Peace.